Less than 5 minutes. Probably ask you 2 questions. I'll probably ask you 2 questions. I'm going to ask you about unincorporated Southwood County, and then from that, I'll probably say, can you tell us a little bit about your plan? Kathy! Kathy!
Let me know when you're trying to put the should be on
Nia, are you video? Okay. Just do what you can. Don't you usually use your phone?
960-3845.
Yes. Testing. Testing.
Are they live on the internet now, or is this?
Not yet. No.
Or hadn't started yet? Now, is this a part of you had these guys brought in? Or are they normally a part of this?
I'm actually part of the network.
Oh, yeah.
I actually go out and interview people.
Oh, okay.
So fortunately, I have that relationship that when I need them to come and do a live remote, they're able to do it. But they do it for other businesses too.
Really talking to the mic, making a lot of noise.
Okay.
So,
Like,
so we're both going to talk to each other. Okay.
yours, I can pick you up.
Okay.
Okay. I should have been drinking this.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Sierra Black. Keep going. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Sierra Black, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ignite, South Fulton. Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Ignite, South Fulton. Unincorporated South Fulton County Economic Development Division. Ask Kathy. Can we get him to turn it down some? Can we get him to turn the music down some? Oh, sorry.
That's awfully good of you to have your daughters involved with you.
Absolutely.
I tell you, that's, you know,
I hope they
that's
picked up on something because, you know, it's rough out here.
believe me.
It is rough out
Yeah.
here.
Believe me, I've got a daughter and I can't seem to get to her. Well,
Well, you know, I think it unfortunately helps that I'm divorced, so we're very close.
yeah.
So we've been through a lot together.
Yeah, good.
So
I guess that's 15 seconds. Yeah.
good evening. You're listening to Survival Radio Network, the network you cannot live without. Tonight we are live at Epic Lounge and Bistro on Cascade Road, and we're here hosting in the campaign launch for South Fulton Unincorporated South Fulton County Economic Development Initiative. Tonight we have the first guest on, Art Brown, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the new program they have going on. Art, would you please tell us a little bit about Ignite and what that is hopefully doing for the county?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and good evening. I'm pleased to be here with each and every one of you. First of all, Ignite was started as a result of our program, Unincorporated South Fulton County Economic Development Initiative, to support our efforts to bring in new businesses as well as to retain new businesses. Now, specifically, Ignite is really targeted to help those businesses to give them a new edge on how to run and operate their businesses. Now, our focus is really to help those businesses stay here and also to help those businesses expand. And by that token, we also help bring in new businesses to help those businesses be more effective and efficient at their operations.
Okay, so your focus is the South Fulton County region, is that correct?
Correct, yes and no. Our primary focus is unincorporated South Fulton,
Okay.
but our entity, we're going to have this workshop really based upon any business in South Fulton.
Okay.
That would include the cities of College Park, East Point, Hapeville, Fairburn, and all other cities in South Fulton.
Okay, and am I correct in reading and hearing that this is your second conference?
This is actually our second conference. This is going to be bigger and better, and we hope to have future conferences bigger and better than this one that we have.
Tell us
Yeah.
just a little bit about what's going to be covered at your conference, just briefly.
Okay, briefly, we're going to start off with a gentleman from Walmart. He's in their supply chain operation. We're talking about how Walmart operates their business. And that's essentially based upon our customer base in unincorporated South Fulton. That customer base is essentially a number of mainly distributors and warehouse operations.
Okay.
We're also going to make this essentially a conference that people can actually walk away with something. Instead of a group of talking heads,
Right.
we hope to be able to have workshops that when the people are in the workshops, the facilitator will be actually generating information,
Okay.
asking questions, and at the end of that, we hope to have a workbook or a document that they can go away and take away that they will actually be able to use as part of their business operation.
Definitely bringing value. And Art, we so appreciate you. I can speak for myself as a small business owner.
Mhm.
We need people such as yourself in your position to not only show us the way, but kind of hold our hand a little bit and provide those resources. So we thank you so much. One last thing, I hear you guys have a new part of your program.
Absolutely. And because entrepreneurs do not necessarily start once you get older, it actually starts in the embryo. So we're going to focus on, have a major focus on our youth entrepreneurs.
Okay.
We're actually going to be bringing in students from the South Fulton County school systems
Okay.
to actually learn about some of the things that business entrepreneurs need to be aware of, so they can actually start at the more or less in the laptops of our existing
Very
entrepreneurs.
good.
So that they,
definitely need to know.
yeah,
Yes.
correct. So that they can actually start off, and so when they go to school, they'll have another arm of being able to go, instead of being targeted going into corporate America, they can actually look at starting their own
They
business.
can have options.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Art, thank you so much for
You're
coming to
welcome.
talk to us and share with us what's going on in South Fulton, unincorporated South Fulton
And
County.
thank you.
All right.
Thanks. Yeah.
Next host we're going to have, we talked a little bit about the youth entrepreneurship, and we're going to speak briefly to the facilitator of that program, and his name is Brian Javert. And Brian's going to tell us why he is involved in this and why he is passionate about what he's doing. Welcome, Mr. Javert. How you doing?
I am well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Well, I hear that you're going to be covering the Youth Entrepreneur Program for this Ignite South Fulton event
Yes.
conference.
Yes, I am, and I'm excited. I've been waiting for this platform, and I'm so excited that they're offering it. So, looking forward to it.
Can you tell me a little bit about why you're passionate? I've always heard you talk about the youth and your efforts and trying to teach them about entrepreneurship. Tell me a little bit about why you are so passionate about this.
Because I seen what learning about business and entrepreneurship has done for my life with being a young entrepreneur. And I think we really have to get our kids involved at a much younger age,
Absolutely.
because now what we're doing is we're getting pressured into becoming entrepreneurs, and that's not the best way to learn.
Right.
And so if we can get them ready before their adulthood, by the age of 25, 30 years old, we already have successful people in society.
Very good. Well, I hear you're going to have, they're going to reach out to the South Fulton County schools. And they're probably going to put 5 students from each school to come and sit in on your program. Can you give us an idea as to what you're going to cover in that program?
Well, one of the things we want to cover, basically, the first thing I always start with when I talk with young people is mindset. You have to have the mindset to be successful. You want to be successful from the beginning. So we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about the things that it takes to become a successful entrepreneur, traits of a successful entrepreneur. Also, when you get in business, how to stay in business. You got to be able to stay. It's about sustaining. And then also, once you get your business to a successful level in America, taking it global and seeing a bigger picture.
Absolutely.
So we want to basically just let them see the masses of entrepreneurship.
Well, Brian, as a parent, I certainly appreciate you reaching out to the youth. I know how very important that is as an entrepreneur myself. And I know you've been doing this for a little while. So for those who may not be able to make the conference, would you please tell us how we can find your information as far as leading our youth to you?
You can actually call me personally. I have no problem with that at 770-318-9097. Or you can go to my web at www.lbtaxservice.com, and you'll find out all the information you need to get in touch with me.
Well, thank you very much. Good having you on
All
tonight.
right, thank you. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Good.
Okay. We'll be right back. You're listening to Survivor Radio Network, the network you cannot live without. Radio song. You gonna be able to turn it off for the video? Yeah, 10 minutes. Leah, who's next on the list? While she's talking, we can actually still keep going, right? Or you want to wait till she Okay.
I have to be mindful now that, man, we on camera now, man.
Camera and mic is still live.
Yeah, yeah, like I said.
So whatever you said, it's still live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start editing it. No, but nobody knows it's live right now. Pretty soon they will be doing it to see what we got going on. Okay. You have to edit. You could give another interview.
All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. So we just want to welcome you all to Ignite South Fulton, the campaign lunch. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So this is an initiative of the South Fulton Unincorporated Economic Development, all right? So what we want to do is just say thanks right now to our host sponsor, which is Epic Lounge and Bistro. So we'd like to bring up Gian Harrison. Thanks so much, Gian.
First of all, thank you for patronizing. Please come back. Hopefully you love our service and enjoy it. And hopefully we get some networking opportunities.
Excellent, excellent. Also, we would all like to thank our radio sponsor, which is Survival Radio Network. All right. So I guess the best thing, well, what I missed doing was introducing myself, right? Well, good evening again. My name is Kathy Hood, and I am one of the committee members of Ignite South Fulton. So what I would like to do right now is bring up Ed Nelson, who is the director of the project.
Thank you. Whenever I get a microphone in my hand, I like to sing. Would y'all like to hear me sing?
Now we good.
How about a rap? I can rap. But anyway, thank you for coming. I guess I talked too loud. My name is Ed Nelson, and I am the director of the Economic Development Initiative at unincorporated South Fulton County. Are there any small business owners in the house? Small business owners. All right. Well, this conference is for you. The theme of the conference is building something new together. So if you are a small business, we suggest that you attend this conference. Our focus will be on business development, helping if you're interested in going into business, or if you're a small business, we can help you get into business. And our focus will be also on helping companies that are already in business, like the Epic Lounge, to grow and expand. And that's very important in providing jobs in the community. And we will always, and if you want to go international, the international scene is really great and prosperous. So if you want to go into the international scene, we have a focus on globalization. And we are also going to have something for the youth. Youth entrepreneurship, if you have a son or in high school, even in elementary school, you need to kind of focus them on entrepreneurship, because everybody don't want to go to college and don't work for a major corporation. So entrepreneurship is the way to go. So with that, please put on your calendar, save the date, November the 19th. It will be held at the Southwest Atlanta Arts Center. And I guarantee you it's going to be different. We're going to get feedback from the business community. We're going to provide them resources, and we're going to have a big surprise after the conference is over. Thank you. Oh, yes. It's my pleasure. Ms. Barr, I just want to let you know we have a representative from the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Barr. Linda Barr, and Alana Gillespie from the Commissioner's Office, Commissioner Bill Evans' office. We're glad to have you. So pass the word. This is a serious, serious effort. You're sitting in a small business. You're sitting in a business that was started by 3 gentlemen. And it's important, glad to see you here. It's important for you to support them, because the more you support them, the better they can grow and the more jobs that we can create in this community. Thank you. May I introduce to you now Don Winbush, who's on our committee. He's going to talk about our schools.
All right, thanks, Ed. It's my pleasure to introduce the lineup of speakers that are going to be at our conference in November. What a dynamic group we have. Beginning with our featured speaker is going to be Kevin Jones, Vice President of Walmart, Vice President of Logistics and Transportation for Walmart. So he's going to be coming all the way from Bentonville, Arkansas, to talk about opportunities that Walmart has, not just for big businesses, but for small businesses. Next up, a facilitator extraordinaire who's right here among us today, Joe Hudson, of the Hudson Strategic Group. And Joe is going to lead the breakout session. So Joe, if you want to come up and give a preview of your presentation, you got 30 seconds, 35 seconds.
Come on, Joe.
What we're going to do real simply is we're going to collectively gather our thoughts so that we can help Fulton County understand exactly what it is that we need in these 4 areas that Ed mentioned. But we're going to do it as a group and not as individuals. And we're going to do it simultaneously. And it's going to, it'll be fun, but it will be work. We're going to demand that you bring some type of an electronic device so that you can work into a system that's in the cloud in which we can articulate this. And what it will be a very specific outcome that the community, the business community, has voiced. So there will be no misunderstandings. That's it. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Joe. Joining us also that day will be Julius Pryor, who is an author, who is a consultant. He calls himself a provocateur. Julius is going to be joining us that day, speaking on how to thrive in a crisis environment. It's not a crisis, what is it? Disruptive environment. How to thrive in a disruptive environment. And as Ed mentioned, we're not going to leave the youth out of this. So we have Leading the youth conversation that day and presentation is Brian Juber. Step right up. He's of L&B Tax.
All right, thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming out for this great event, and it's much needed. So we definitely want to see everybody participate. But like Ed spoke about earlier, the kids, the youth, the next generation. You know, we need to empower them into entrepreneurship because that's the one thing that's going to allow us to move to the next level as a society. And I'm passionate about working with the kids, so I'm looking forward to working with South Fulton on this event because this is what I do. I help the kids, I educate, and having a platform that South Fulton is given is an excellent opportunity. So once again, if you have any kids that's in high school, boys, girls, nephews, nieces, please have them come out because you cannot afford to miss this information. So thank you all again. I truly appreciate everyone coming out, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, sir. Let's give him a round of applause. And once again, a dynamic lineup, not just with speakers, but our presenters, conversationalists. So join us, and I'll turn the program back over to Sierra.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sierra Blank, and let's once again thank Epic Bistro and Lounge for allowing us to have this event here. You've heard a lot this evening, but the bottom line, the whole purpose and what this organization, what this department, and what this event is all about is keeping businesses in South Fulton County and strengthening them. We always hear about what's going on in North Fulton County. Well, we're going to make things happen right here in South Fulton County. And that's why the director decided to name it Ignite. Because he wants to ignite fire to everyone in this community to do well. So it is for small businesses, it is for youth entrepreneurs, there's a lot going on. Tonight is just the beginning of the campaign. They have several events going on. Ignite is a yearly conference. However, they have programs throughout the year. And one of them, as far as what's coming up next, is going to be a back-to-school entrepreneur boot camp. We have Ryan up here, and he's going to actually speak and bring the youth in and train them and talk to them about entrepreneurship and why it's so important. We're also going to have, for the month of October, National Women Small Business Month. Ignite wants to acknowledge the women powerhouses that really make things happen in South Fulton County. We know men may be in charge, but who really moves the world? Women. So we're going to recognize some powerhouses here in South Fulton County. And the event, once again, is November 19th. Building something new together. And it's going to be held at the Southwest Arts Center. So we want to thank you once again for coming, and please be sure to look into what's going on and be sure to support their efforts.
And we'd like to thank you all again for having the companies and allowing Effort Lounge to host your all's event. I'm pretty sure your conference will definitely be a terrific one. And if I have a chance, I would like to also be in attendance. Before we close out the mic.
Close it out.
Okay.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Do a shameless plug for it. Sunday is our old school Sunday. We do a live band at 7 p.m. We also have Martina Monday. We have a dance class on Tuesdays. It's called Toe Tap Tuesday. That starts at 9 o'clock. We may move it up to 8. But we learn everything from every step dance that's out to salsa. On Wednesdays, we do wind down Wednesday. We have a live music. Thursdays, we do a comedy hour. Fridays is like just what you see today. It's open on Saturdays, starting at 12 o'clock. Something called Social Grace. So please come out and support us. We need all the support we can get because we can support anything that anyone does in the community. Thank you.
Nicely. Except, you know, with the county, the checks come slow, but they keep right.
I want to give a shout out to my partner Chris Walker.
That's how he smiles for real.
Congratulations on your marriage, bro.
This Mark Fire have something else, boy. I'm telling you,
boy got it going on. He got it going on. I want him to take his own advice and make himself real rich. Don't be like me, boy.
How much you gonna charge him to do this? You decided what the cost is? Joe, you gotta get. We need a price.
Oh yeah, I know, but you know, we're just gonna buy books. Try 3, something like that. That's for Henry and Kirk. If they buy the books, I'm good. And I think I saw the books for $10. Oh, them girls are something else. You're doing good with them.
Thank you. Thank you.
You should just be happy that I'm not the dirty old man that I once was. You wouldn't even escape.
Then you would. I wouldn't like you.
Whatever. I wasn't that kind of dirty old man, but I sure would have figured out how to say something.
I'm glad you have, adjusted whatever you need to adjust. Yes. Mia, who's at the show? Get done. Welcome back. You're listening to Survival Radio Network, the network you cannot live without. Once again, we're in South Fulton County at Epic Lounge and Bistro at the Ignite South Fulton Campaign Launch. Our next guest is Joe Hudson. Joe Hudson of the Strategic Group is playing a huge role in helping this conference succeed. One of the things they're going to do is facilitate several, I'll call them breakout sessions. And they're going to tell businesses exactly some of the skills they need as far as moving their business forward. But I'll let Joe tell you all about it. Joe, first of all, welcome to Survivor Radio Network.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you, Sierra.
I see that you are part of this Ignite South Fulton Conference coming up in November. Can you tell me a little bit about what your organization is going to do? What role are you guys playing in this conference?
Well, we're going to be, I'm going to just assume the role of master facilitator. What I mean by that is we're going to engage the entire population who come to the conference in an event or series of events that allows them to speak their voice about the needs that they have in particular about Fulton County, and consolidate those needs into something that we, the county, can respond to.
Okay. Well, I also noticed, Joe, that you have a new book that talks about community. Does that tie into what your role is at this conference here?
Yes, it does. From the standpoint that any county plan, any community plan needs to be done with the entire community, the base of the community's input driving it versus top down. It's bottom up kind of planning. And what we're going to do at the conference is take bottom up planning. We're going to take the participants, the people who register for the Congress, and allow them in a way to respond and give guidance to the rest of the county.
Well, Joe, I noticed that Shirley Franklin, did she endorse your book, or what did Shirley? I saw Shirley Franklin's name.
Yes, Shirley endorsed my book because she understands it makes sense. The Vine City president endorsed my book. They understand that, and any major economist endorsed my book. It makes sense from the standpoint that our businesses need to be providers of jobs, and we need to provide for them to have a way to do that, and that's usually not what's done.
Well, I know you've done quite a bit in Atlanta, and we want to welcome you to South Fulton, unincorporated South Fulton County, to do this as well. Can you tell people where they can find your book, or how they can get your book to learn more about what you're doing?
Yes, you can buy my book on Amazon at Amazon.com. The name of the book is The Citi Works, C-I-T-I Works, and the 5% Solution Strategy, or my name, Joseph Hudson. Either one will get you to the proper site to purchase the book off of Amazon.
Okay, thanks again. Once again, thank you, Joe, for stopping by to speak with us.
Well, thank you. Enjoyed it.
Our next guest is going to be Don Wimbush, and he is actually a committee member on the program. So he'll be able to give us in-depth information as to this event that's going to take place on November 19th, as well as the whole purpose. Don, welcome to Survivor Radio Network.
My pleasure to join you, Sierra.
Listen, I know you have been putting a lot of sweat into this event. Can you tell us exactly what your hopes are for this conference on November 19th?
Well, my hopes are that we can draw small businesses and large businesses alike to join us, and let's not just have a presentation, but let's have a conversation about how all of us can get better. How can we grow? How can we increase our capacity as business owners? But also, how can we work together to build a new economy for South Fulton? We talk about building something new together. I think this is a unique opportunity for us.
Right, you're absolutely right. It does take many people in order to succeed, and I like the saying, building something new together. But let me ask you this, there's lots of conferences going on here in Atlanta, period. Can you tell us what is going to be different about Ignite South Fulton Conference that other conferences may not have? Because when you talk about small businesses, we know that our funds are limited. So therefore, we have to strategically decide which event we would like to attend. What is going to make this event different from the next, and why do you strongly encourage small businesses to attend this event in November?
Well, I would start by saying what a great lineup of speakers, presenters, provocateurs, conversationalists we have. And I'm distinguishing this group because it's not just about having folks get up before you and make a presentation and you sit there and you make notes and then you leave. This conference is interactive. It's all about giving the business owners and representatives a chance to talk about what are your issues, what are your successes, where do you want to go from here. So it's a listening session and a sharing session as much as it is an event about presentation. So participants in this conference, participants here will be able to share with others, what's happening in your sphere, and we can all come out of here with some solutions.
Well, those sound like excellent questions to me. So are you saying that the attendees need to come ready to work? Is that what you're saying, Don?
No doubt about it.
It's not going to be an opportunity to take a nap anyway?
This is not nap time. This is not sit back and take it. This is not a be cool time. This is an opportunity to come work and come learn.
Well, I'm a little impressed about the program. It starts at 7:30 a.m. and you guys are going to provide a continental breakfast for them.
That's right.
And then, of course, they're going to do their work. You guys are going to have lunch. And then you guys are going to actually end with what?
We're going to end with a breakout. We're going to have breakout sessions, and then we're going to end with a conversation where we wrap everything up, and we talk about what did we learn today, what are the common themes that we heard from all of the businesses represented, and when we leave here, we want these businesses to be assured that we captured what it is that's important to you, and going forward, we're going to be able to come back to you and present resources. You're going to walk away with tools, but more important than that, they'll be able to walk away with the sense that when we get back together, or when we contact you next, we'll be able to connect you with resources that are germane to you and your business.
Okay, that sounds like a great event, Don. I will definitely be there. I want to thank you once again for stopping by Survivor Radio Network and tell us about what's going on unincorporated Incorporated, South Fulton County.
My pleasure. I look forward to seeing you there, Sierra.
So once again, this event is going to be held November 19th from 7:30 until 4, and then I think you guys are going to have a little light hors d'oeuvres afterwards.
Yeah, we're going to meet and greet at the end of it all.
Meet and greet at the end. It's going to be held at Southwood Atlanta Arts Center. And if anyone wants more information, where may they find that at the moment?
Look for South Fulton Unincorporated Economic Development Initiative website.
Okay.
Full information there.
Okay, thanks again for coming by, Don.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you very much. Much success on your event. You are listening to Survival Radio Network, the network you cannot live without. We thank you for having us on this evening. And we're going to go into a commercial break. I think it is. Are we good? Oh. Kathy.
Thank you for hanging out with us here at the event. We have a great time to remind people of these things and just to see check it out.
Did you want to interview? She doesn't want to interview. I know you talking about Ignite, though, right? Right. She doesn't want to. And all the Igniters on there, right?
I look for another one just in case.
And we're back. You are listening to Survival Radio Network, the network you cannot live without. We want to thank you for hanging out with us this evening as the Ignite South Fulton launches their campaign for 2014. We're here at Epic Lounge and Bistro of the Cascade. They have been such a wonderful host for us this evening. And if nothing else, guys, what we want you to do is support small businesses. Ignite have several events coming up. One is going to be the Back to School Entrepreneur Boot Camp. They have decided and realized that they are not going to forget about the youth in here. And then, of course, they're going to reach out to small business women owners. And then the actual event will take place on the 19th of November. Once again, that is at the Southwest Atlanta Arts Center from 7:30 until 6. It sounds like they have a great lineup. They're going to serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, how could you not attend that event? So we look forward to hearing you. And thanks again for stopping by and listening to Survival Radio Network and Ignite South Fulton campaign.